tie you down? Or tie your mother down? Tie you down? Tie your mother down? Tie you down? Tie your mother down? Tie you down. Tie your mother down. Ah! Hi, Squid.
Hi, Sin. Is it too early to start movie night yet?
You know, we might as well. I'm clearly at an impasse here. So what'd you bring tonight?
My favorite movie of all time, Kelly's Heroes.
Kelly's Heroes? I've never heard of it.
You know, I die a little inside every time I hear someone say that.
I'm sorry. Wow, this has an amazing cast.
Oh yeah, there's Archie Bunker, and Kojak, and Mr. Potato Head.
And Captain Steubing, and Brett from Alien.
And don't forget Hawkeye. No, the other Hawkeye. The other Hawkeye. Thank you.
Oh my god. In the lead is the lab assistant Jennings from Revenge of the Creature?
That it is, my friend.
Are you sure you fed them all this morning?
Sure, I always feed them.
Seeing as how I've got a 44 Magnum in my pocket, the most powerful handgun in the world.
How'd he get in here?
This guy's bad. This is his first and last movie.
So this is your all-time favorite movie, you said?
Oh yeah, and it kind of bugs me that so few people have heard of it. I mean, outside of World War II reenactors and a small subset of Warhammer 40,000 players. And it's such a funny movie with such a great cast. It doesn't deserve the obscurity that it languishes in. I just wish I had a broader forum that I could, project it to an audience that more people could learn about it.
Did I ever tell you that I have a review show that I've been putting on the internet for almost 2 years now?
No, I don't think it's ever come up.
Yeah, I'm a really private person, aren't I?
I ain't happy. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for.
Hello, everyone. I am, as always, TheSynapZe, and he is, as always, Squid Hills, and this is Geek Criteek.
If Kelly's Heroes comes on the TV, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. If I'm running a term paper on criminology or pulling orphans out of a burning building, I will sit down and watch it. How a movie this funny with such an outstanding cast is so little remembered today is a riddle I will never comprehend.
So stand at attention, everyone, as we salute Kelly's Heroes.
Okay, prepare to start Dark Side of the Moon. Wait for it. Now!
Our story begins in the final days of the European theater in World War II. You did say this was a comedy, right?
Oh yeah, why?
So after we discover that some of the most recognizable names of 1970s entertainment look really unnerving in blood-red Teutonic font, we meet Private Kelly, played by Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood, can I have your autograph? Schnell!
Friends all tried to warn me, but I held my head up high. All the time they warned me, but I only passed them by.
Okay, Squid, I have to admit, giving World War II a Partridge Family soundtrack is pretty humorous.
So Kelly brings a captured Nazi colonel back to base, much to the chagrin of Sergeant Telly Savalas.
I thought I told you to bring me some good-looking kid, not this fat sausage chewing wino.
Well, if you were looking for a young boy, you should have sent somebody else, Joe.
You know, I never really noticed how easily this scene lends itself to jokes about pedophilia before.
Also, wasn't Kojak really well known for always carrying around lollipops?
And his catchphrase was, "Who loves you, baby?"
Moving on! So Kelly helps himself to the Nazis' purse and discovers a folder of sensitive files as well as a bar of lead.
All these papers are about some kind of convoy from France to Germany. Code name is Tannenbaum.
Oh, it's a gold bar covered in lead paint! I'm sorry.
It's okay, man. You're still new at this.
Should I have gone with a paint your wagon joke because of Eastwood?
No, that would have been kind of a stretch.
Okay. So, you know how enemy interrogations these days are all cruel and barbaric and dehumanizing? Well, here, Kelly interrogates the Colonel about the gold by getting him hammered on cherry brandy. World War II was clearly a more enlightened time.
How many bars like this in your trucks?
14.
14 what?
1,000.
14,000.
It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?
Where are your trucks?
Claremont.
In Claremont. Claremont.
You know, I say Chris Claremont's name a lot when I'm drunk, too.
His run on Iron Fist was nothing short of inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Kelly learns that the Nazis have moved a fortune in gold bullion into a bank in a small nearby French town. Also, this barn will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Owie! I have a tummy ache from the 50 caliber machine gun fire. Owie, owie, owie.
The next day, Kelly visits Mulligan, the Panicky Yacht's artillery officer who almost shelled them into oblivion last night.
Mulligan, I just want to make a proposition to you.
My proposition involves clubbing you to death with this gold bar. No, really, it's for him to provide covering fire while he breaks ranks for the bank.
You're a good man, Mulligan.
Remind me to take you golfing sometime.
Kelly tries to cut Sergeant Kojak in on the scheme, and he has his obligatory refusing the call moment, but then he revisits his ongoing subplot about quarreling with the company's captain who is downright obsessed with restoring this old yacht he found.
I think the director missed a major opportunity by casting someone other than Gavin MacLeod of the Love Boat fame in this role, but hey, that's Monday morning quarterbacking for you.
And don't forget the penalty for looting is death.
Says the guy leaving the battlefield with a stolen boat.
Kelly's going to need some supplies for his little field trip, so he deals in the platoon's quartermaster, who's also a compulsive gambler. And leave it to Don Rickles to ask himself, what's the most demeaning nickname a gambler could have?
Crap game?
That's it. Don Crap Game Rickles.
It's a name that whispers, I like to roll the dice, but screams, I play with my own feces.
What else will you need?
You could probably use some armor.
And thus we are introduced to Donald Sutherland's tank commander, known only as Sergeant Oddball. First of all, do you see that blonde woman back there with that blank, unmoving facial expression who gets no lines whatsoever? She's this movie's most three-dimensional female character.
Getting back to Oddball, he's kind of an oddball. He's supposed to be World War II's only hippie.
Don't hit me with them negative waves so early in the morning.
Although he doesn't always sound like a hippie. Sometimes he sounds like Boomhauer.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, no sweat, you know.
Or Tarzan. Or Ray Romano.
Take it easy, Big Joe. Some of these people got sensitive feelings.
Or Yogi Bear.
We swing down onto the railroad tracks and right over the mother bridge.
Or a dog.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Or another dog.
That's my other dog imitation.
In any case, he invites Kelly to his personal Casbah and pledges his tank crew's help with the gold rush.
Just in case you were wondering who Gavin MacLeod actually was playing in this movie, he's Professor Moriarty.
This engine's been modified by our mechanical genius here, Moriarty, right?
Whatever you say, babe.
You know, there are some that might say that betraying the United States Armed Forces for personal gain is not classic protagonist behavior. Maybe we should drum up a sympathetic backstory for our man Kelly.
Who is that guy, Crap Game?
His name's Kelly. Used to be a lieutenant. Pretty good one, too. Till they gave him orders to attack the wrong hill. Wiped out half a company of GIs. Somebody had to get the blame, and he got picked.
He got over 100 of his own men killed.
We should
totally follow him on his illegal mission now. Yeah!
Get me Hogan in intelligence.
Yeah, Hogan? Kelly wants to know if he can borrow your heroes.
Sin, are you okay?
I am far more than okay, Squid. I have just achieved pop culture referential transcendence. I have taken the only two comedies set in World War II that I know of and combined them with wit and reverence into a perfect singularity of snark. I appreciate your applause, but I'm afraid this means that I no longer have anything else to offer the world of geeky ephemera. I wish you glad tidings, Mr. Hills, and safe travels.
Wait, what? You're quitting?
Stay on the primrose path, my friend, and someday we shall dine together on the Elysian fields of fandom. Ta-ra! Ta-ra!
Bow, does this mean I own Geek Criteek?
Sure.
Finally, someone let me out of my cage. Now, time for me is nothing cause I'm counting no A's. Nah, I couldn't be there. Nah, you shouldn't be scared. I'm good at repairs and I'm under each snare, intangible.
So eventually, Sergeant Kojak gets tired of fetching porno and chaplains for the boat guy and throws in with Kelly's outfit. As planned, Mulligan cuts them loose and throws in a free bonus cool guys don't look at explosions moment.
This man is the man I have on my mind today.
This meathead is the meathead I have on my mind today. So now we meet General Carol O'Connor, who's pissed off that so many GIs are just lazing around France gathering porno and chaplains while there's still a war to be won.
You call yourselves leaders of men?
They're putting up strong resistance, General.
Oh, come on, Roach. I flew over the battlefield this morning where I could march a divisional dress parade with band music right through the middle of their line.
Sir, we haven't got the supplies. It's just a matter of logistics.
Logistics?
Yes, sir.
We got logistics coming out of our ears.
Yeah, we got culture coming out our ears.
So Crap Game's the quartermaster, right? The guy in charge of getting supplies? Should we be worried that he can't get a canteen for himself and he has to drink water out of his own helmet? Should that be a problem? No? What about getting strafed by our own Air Force? Should that be a problem?
Cover! Take cover!
Hey! Hey! That idiot's one of ours.
Maverick! Now that Kelly's vehicles are all shredded, the heroes have to schlep to the payout on foot, hoping that they can still keep time with Oddball's armored division, and really hoping that they can avoid catching any more undue attention. Say folks, have you noticed that dozens of people have been bloodlessly cut down by machine gun fire? Well, some say that it's because this movie came out in 1970 and realistic depictions of violence in movies were still considered to be uncouth. The truth is that Sam Peckinpah used up all the blood squibs in existence the year before when he made a movie about cowboys. Fortunately for all of us, the stocks were replenished by the time The Godfather came out. Anyway, Oddball doesn't exactly have time to be diplomatic. He's on a very tight schedule to reach that one bridge that's still standing in all of France.
It's still up.
Fortunately, he just so happens to know the number for a bridge-building guy in the engineering corps.
3 tanks, it's easy. With a 60-foot bridge, it's something else. I need support units, Oddball. I need at least 100 guys. Where do I find 100 men just like that?
Hey, Sin, there's 100 guys. Ah!
Yeah, so it turns out this isn't really the ideal economy to retire from a career in internet reviewing at the age of 30.
Ooh, bummer, because I was thinking of bowing out myself after this killer Wild Bunch joke I just told.
Not worth it, man. Trust me, just stay the course.
Alright.
Hey, Jones!
Yeah, Grace?
This is still a war movie, right?
Well, of course it is. Why?
It's just that it's been such a breezy laugh riot so far. Normally, I expect war movies to be punctuated with random moments of senseless tragedy.
Right on cue, there's an uncharacteristically tense and unnerving scene with the gang crawling through an open minefield, poking blindly at the dirt with their knives, while a Nazi patrol bears down on them. But look on the bright side, since the squad marks the location of the mines with their discarded canteens, soon everyone will experience the joy of Crap Game's signature flop sweat cocktails.
Fire!
Whoa, wait a minute, I'm rewinding that. I saw blood! There's actually blood in this movie!
Are you sure that could be the jam he mentioned?
Ow, damn it, you're probably right.
Looks like boysenberry.
So, we are now down 3 guys, and I'm starting to think that this sudden change to a far more serious tone is going to last for the rest of the movie. What do you say to that, oddball?
Load down and load up.
Hey, Sarge, we're not set to hit Kelly's rendezvous for another 30 minutes. Why don't you come inside?
Couldn't if I wanted to. My joints all froze up about 2 hours ago.
Okay. Well, just call me if you need me to clean the bugs out of your teeth there, Captain Morgan.
Will do, Captain Stubing.
Meanwhile, General Bunker and his men intercept Kelly's radio chatter, and the beauty of this scene is that they completely confuse their bank heist for a major military counteroffensive.
Oddball, this is Kelly.
Hey, Kelly, what the hell's going on out there, man?
Pretty well cleared of infantry. What do you hear from those other 2 tanks? Over.
That's what I love about this movie. Works just as good as a radio play.
And now we've arrived at the third act, which begins with a long, tense setup with Kelly's men scoping out the heavily guarded town where the gold is. The first thing Kelly discovers is that the early 70s didn't believe in subtitles.
Morgen, Herr Sturmbannführer.
Haben Sie die Maschinen angelaufen?
Nein, mein Benzin ist zu knapp.
Das weiß ich. Oberst Dankow kommt heute zurück mit genug Benzin für uns nach Berlin zu gehen.
Ich hoffe es.
Lassen Sie den Motor 15 Minuten laufen, dass wir nicht zurückkommen brauchen.
Jawohl.
Then he discovers that he can use the sound of the local church bell to mask his troops' movements into the town. Of course, as you can see, this requires the bells to ring for well over 5 minutes straight, which you think would be suspicious enough on its own.
Hey, is that bell right? Is it 165 o'clock?
It could be. My watch is kind of slow. Stupid German engineering.
Of course, another bloodless massacre ensues, and Crap Game decides to follow his own nom de plume and seek shelter in an outhouse.
You see, Squid, this is why we internet guys tend not to review good comedies. The movies make all the jokes before we get a chance to.
Now, hold it! Fire!
What, the tanks get squids, but the people don't?
Don't look at me, man! This is your favorite movie! Ultimately, the team reaches a stalemate when a heavy panzer parks its ass in front of the bank, and the heroes are all tapped out of weapons big enough to fight it. But that's when Crap Game rides to the rescue.
To make a deal.
What kind of a deal?
A deal. Maybe the guy's a Republican.
What do you want me to tell Romney? I can't tell him to do that. Can't do that to himself.
So, Kelly, Telly, and Oddball prepare to check out that Nazi's voter registration card.
I think Clint's really starting to miss his spaghetti western days.
Such a pity that they're not already wearing spurs that can jingle jangle as they walk up towards the tank, right? Oh, never mind.
I have orders. This bank isn't to fall into the hands of the American army.
You know what's inside that bank, man? There's $16 million worth of gold in that bank, sweetheart.
And so our heroes find the $1 million MacGuffin and smuggle it out of town behind a convenient Vive la France party.
We have small car full. We go now.
Yeah, well, you take care of yourself now, huh?
Thank you.
I'll be the same.
Hey, Sin, how many Hollywood movies leave the scarred German alive at the end?
I will have to get back to you on that. So all's well that ends well. The heroes and the villains get rich. General Bunker gets all the credit. Pre-internet meme Kilroy gets to be an asshole. And somewhere over the horizon, Tom Hanks is getting all of his men killed just to rescue Matt Damon.
Saps! And that was Kelly's Heroes. A predominantly light-hearted romp through Cold War-era Yugoslavia dressed up to look like World War II-era France, with an ensemble cast that reads like a who's who of 1970s entertainment. I think the cast really helped sell the film, and I couldn't imagine any other group of actors being able to pull this movie off. Clint Eastwood makes a great deadpan snarker, Telly Savalas is abrasive and sarcastic, Don Rickles is his usual obnoxious self, and Donald Sutherland is at his most Donald Sutherlandy. It's quirky, it's offbeat, and it is occasionally serious, but it's always entertaining. Back to Sin. What's your final verdict?
It was really good, Squid. It's not going to make one of my favorites, though. Don't get me wrong, this movie is well acted and well written and all that, and it's paced very quickly for 145 minutes. It's damn funny, too. Brett from Aliens one-liners make this worth the price alone.
Joe?
Yeah.
I think I've got the crabs.
We're gonna boil our laundry.
My main problem is one of perspective. To me, World War II has been edified by history as the last great war fought by the greatest generation. The Allied victory, after years of horror, stands as a sterling symbol of nobility and freedom. So when I see a completely bloodless and irreverent World War II movie whose main characters are motivated solely by greed, I feel more than a little hollow.
You and us, we're just soldiers, right? We don't even know what this war's all about. All we do is we fight and we die, and for what?
It's Jews, right?
I heard Jews. I heard Jews.
The brochures said there'd be Jews. Also, Kelly gets away with his grand deception over the U.S. Army, loses only 3 guys, and suffers no other consequences? Really? In the genre of AWOL treasure-hunting soldiers, I'm going to say that Spike Jonze helmed the more interesting, more satisfying entry. I just can't shake the feeling that World War II is too much of a sacred cow to get treated this way in a movie. I'm sorry.
Well, you're right, it is. And that's why Kelly's Heroes isn't about World War II.
What?
It's about Vietnam! This movie was made during the period in Hollywood when everybody wanted to talk about the Vietnam War, but it would have been impolite at the very least to set a story in Vietnam. Which is why a movie about a hospital unit in Korea is about Vietnam, or why a book about American bomber pilots in the Mediterranean theater of World War II is about Vietnam, or why that episode of Star Trek where Kirk fought Klingons on a jungle planet was about Vietnam. The incompetence of the officers, the disillusionment of the troops, the inclusion of a hippie, and the why are we even fighting questions are all references to Vietnam.
Very good, Fisher. You win a cookie.
You know, that actually does explain quite a lot. You know, this is really a good and fun film. It's just not what I'm looking for in a favorite movie sort of way. I'm sorry, man.
It's alright. I'm sorry I couldn't win you over, but I got the word out there, and I had fun with this whole minor internet celebrity thing.
Well, man, you are more than welcome to come back for another shot. In fact, what do I have on the schedule for the next episode? Oh, right. It's Firefly.
Oh, hell no. I only make fun of Firefly when the internet isn't watching.
Don't shoot the messenger, okay? It's going to be a perfectly shiny time, I swear. Thanks for coming out!
For me as a guide, y'all can see me now cause you don't see with your eye. You perceive with your mind, that's the end. So I'ma stick around with Russ and be a mentor. Bust a few rhymes so motherfuckers remember what the thought is. I brought all this so you can survive when law is lawless. Feeling sensations that you thought was dead. No squealing, remember that it's all in your head.
Hey!